여기 치료받고 간 이후 그동안 얼굴에 있는 디스토니아는 어땠습니까?
It got like gradually slightly better, and then it reached like a plateau. But I kept like training according to the treatment training we get here, like walking, power walking stuff. And yeah, it didn't get worse. It didn't get like slightly better all the time.
현재 증상 중에서 가장 불편한 곳이 뭡니까?
There's like when I sit straight or talk for a long period of time, the spasm and the tension becomes worse and worse, and eventually my head starts to shake and it gets harder to speak and it becomes painful to produce words. My control of eyes becomes worse too. My eyes becomes like
처음에 올 때보다 치료받고 가서 지금까지 몇 프로 개선이 좋아진 상태가 유지됩니까?
Well, like, I remember because it's been 3 years since I did this status, so my memory is vague. But I do remember before I left, I had a 30% of overall improvement, but it is like I would say 50% now, so it's an additional 20%. Yeah, and I did, and the main problem was, I don't know if Dr. Lee remember, but I had a problem with my foot.
Okay.
Which prevent me from doing like walks and exercise that uses the leg. So for 1 year I had to rehabilitate my legs, so I was only able to walk like for 10 and 15 minutes. First now this year I can walk over 30 minutes, so that was because my goal was 1 hour per day power walk, but my feet prevented it.
요즘도 입이 잘 벌어지냐? 저절로 입이 벌어졌고.
I don't know, it does more like this.
이번에는 이제 완전히 나아서 갈 수 있도록 한번 해봅시다. 일단.
Yeah, because usually I feel like I start to feel like a burning pain in this left side at a 30-35 minutes mark. So that's where I usually stop. So I don't. I could only do for 10 minutes before I had the same feeling when I got back to Finland, and I gradually improved it with physiotherapy. So that's why I usually do 35.
눈 한번 이렇게 치켜떠봐라. How do you feel today, your symptom and your condition?
Yesterday, after the treatment, my chin started to be very active, so I had like a healing crisis. But I didn't panic or something because I knew it was part of the treatment. My eyes got very tired and more active. I had more difficulty to control. And it was the same when I woke up today too.
오늘 컨디션 어떠세요?
I'm feeling alright, like not bad.
턱이나 얼굴에 스파즘.
Like it's about the same. It varies, but it depends. Like it's from 50 to 55% better.
목과 어깨 통증은 어때요?
Yeah, because when I try to sit straight at home, like for a longer period of time, I feel like a strain here, and then it eventually becomes pain. So I have to crook down again, and so that's something like new for me.
이 자세를 항상 유지해야 돼.
But also like when I walk or when I'm like moving or power walking with a straight posture, I don't get the same pain or strain. It's only when I sit and
이 바른 자세를 계속 하는 훈련을 하게 되면 나중에는 이제 앉았을 때도 땡기거나 통증이 없어진다. 이렇게 오히려 이렇게 올려다 봤을 때 이 얼굴이나 턱이 움직임이 어떠냐? 지금 한번 해보자. 이렇게. 그래도 전보다는 아주 많이 줄은 것 같다.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Because before it's so strong, it forced my jaw open, or it forced me to bite. But now it's more like it's there, but it's not as bad as when I first got here 2 years ago. So
오늘 컨디션 어때요?
I'm feeling alright.
Your neck and shoulder muscle pain.
It's getting better. I can feel it, but it's less painful than it was last week.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's getting better now.
아, 네.
이제 처음 올 때보다 자세가 좀 많이 개선되고 있습니다. 조금 더 머리가 백워드 포셔가 돼야 됩니다.
Yeah.
파워킹도 하루 1시간 하시는지.
I do like 50 minutes in one session, and then after the OPA we have to walk.
IVA를 적용하고 파워킹을 하라는 이유는 이 척추를 빠르게 정렬시키기 위함입니다. 현재 제일 치료 속도 더딘 건 어떤 부분입니까?
Tremors and spasm on the left side, the contractions. When I sit straight, they're like always there in my internal, but I just don't let them go. So it's like always like this, but I can force like to look normal, but then after a while I have to let it go.
어떤 변화가 있습니까?
I'm feeling fine.
Fine.
No,
좋습니다.
no worries.
말하기 능력이 한 얼마나 향상됐습니까?
Well, if you put an objective number in it, so 3 years ago, before I started the very first treatments, I could speak like 10 minutes before it starts to become really uncomfortable, but now I can do it for 3 hours. So that's an objective number. But it's better than 10 minutes.
요즘은 턱, 얼굴, 눈, 혀 떨림은 어떻습니까? Out of 10?
I would say 30% overall if we compare to the first visit 2 years ago.
그러면 전체적으로 각각 몇 점 정도 좋아졌습니까?
For the tension part, not the contraction, I would say like at least 70 to 80%. And the cheek sides, maybe 40 to 50%. And the speech, it's hard to go. I don't know how to compare it, but if you do it in minutes, so before I could talk 10 to 15 minutes, and it's really uncomfortable, and I sometimes have to take a pause because it starts to be painful. So now I can do it almost the whole day or hours. So like percentually, it would be like 5,000%, right? So I don't know how to gauge it, how to like, but a lot better.
벌써 한국에 지금 2달이 됐네요?
I think because like when I got here, because I gained so much quality of life compared to before, so I felt like my motivation was not as at its peak, because I don't know, I reached satisfaction too early. Maybe that's the problem, because it was if my life quality was lower, then I would maybe fight a lot harder to accomplish the 20 minutes or the goals that Dr. Lee set. Because like, for example, I have been going out with other patients too, and I've been able to talk a full day out with them. So I've been feeling like a normal person again, and it's something that I haven't felt before. So that's why I think like the motivation is also to push the extra was a little bit lacking. I feel like I could have done more, for sure.
처음에 비해서 한 몇 프로 정도 호전인데 그 몇 프로가 남은 것 같습니까?
I like to distinguish it between two separate like symptom groups. The neurological symptoms like the spasm and the eye movement, I would say about 30%. The tension that is caused by them, it's reduced by 70%, I think, and so also the speech got like a lot better. The neurological like spasm, shaking and stuff, I would say about 30, and the rest 70%, and overall, no, the rest more than 70%, and overall 50 to 60% combined.
이렇게 할 때는 아직도 약간의 경련이 있구나.
Yeah, but it's not as strong as before. Before, the moment I look up, it's almost immediately starts to open my mouth, and I think Dr. Lee remembers the symptoms. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.